Hi guys, welcome back to Insta Jamm. We're going to be doing another studio Insta Jamm today, and we're going to be talking about different cable connections. So most musicians and people who work in studios at first are usually quite confused about the many different types of cables and connectors there are out there. So we're going to talk today about 4 types that you'll see most commonly in lots of situations and try and demystify the differences between them and the situations in which you choose them. So here we go. So the first cable we're going to look at is the XLR or microphone cable. Now XLR is a bit of a funny name. It actually stands for, the X comes from the Canon X cable, which was the first commercial cable that looked like this. The L was for latch, which is the latching mechanism to hold the cable into a socket, and R was for rubber, so that it was very flexible. So that's where XLR comes from. The main use of these is for connecting microphones. It is a 3-pin cable and it is a balanced connection. The main benefit of using an XLR over other types of cables is because it's balanced, it doesn't lose signal over a long distance. So you could run these for 100 foot, 200 foot, and the signal would still be pristine at the other end. You'd use them for microphones, some stage pianos, some guitar pedals, for monitors, and in PA system setups. The next cable is the 1/4-inch jack cable. So you'll most commonly find these being used by guitarists and bassists. They are used to plug your guitar or bass into an amp or into pedals. It's an unbalanced cable, which means it only has 2 signals running through it, the signal and the ground. So you'll see it has the tip and the single ring. Now, over a long distance, these do lose quality. So over, say, 30 foot, you want to be looking at using a different type of cable if you're having to run your cables that far. They are also used for pianos and other audio equipment to connect between DI boxes or mixers. The third cable we're going to look at is the stereo 1/4-inch cable. Now this looks very similar to the one we just looked at. The main difference being that it has 2 rings on the jack. You have the tip, the ring, and the sleeve. So this is carrying a stereo connection. This is a balanced cable, so it won't lose quality over a long distance. And it's mainly used for monitoring systems, for stereo equipment such as DJ mixers, synthesizers, and pianos. And you'll also find it in monitoring systems. So this is actually a headphone extension cable. This is the female version to this male jack. So the last cable we're going to look at is an 1/8-inch stereo cable. This is actually exactly the same as the cable we just looked at. The only difference being the connector is half the size. This will be very familiar to most people as it's a headphone jack on an iPhone or smartphone, on an iPad or iPod. And what we generally use it for is connecting those type of devices to PA systems or in recording situations. You also find these on some synthesizers as well. So just like the cable before, it is a stereo connection. It has tip, ring, and sleeve, so it doesn't actually lose quality over distance. They're very common, and usually you'll find one end with that and maybe a different type of connector on the other end, but it's mainly used to plug them into recording equipment or PA systems. So hope that clears up some of those questions you might have had between different cable types and their uses. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.